pretty amazing.
Pretty good viewpoint.
Yeah. I really hope that's not the trail, but I'll bet you it is. Thought I could do 4 miles in 2 hours, but it's taking me 3 hours. Finally, some easy trail. It's really pretty around here. They're keeping an eye on me. Well, I've enjoyed a long stretch of mild hills, but it looks like I'm being led into the mountains again, and I'm gonna have to climb up to like 10,000 feet or something like that. So hopefully it won't kill me. This climb is actually not that bad. It has like steep places now and then, but it's really beautiful too. Nice forest right now. took some pictures earlier of some of the cliffs. Falls Summit after Falls Summit, and I'm sure there's another Falls Summit coming up. I started going down, but no, it was a Falls Summit, and the summit is probably not this, but this is never gonna end. I think there's a Falls Summit over there, but this is really cool. Just walked across all this. It was very confusing. There's no trail. And as you can see, there's still no trail. It's very hard to walk on, so I'll be lucky if I get 20 miles in today. And I'm kind of worried about these clouds. That's a Falls Summit. I heard thunder, but I have to keep going because there's no water. I have no water. I need to find a place to camp. So there's a spring on the other side of this climb in about 3.8 miles, which means it's 5 o'clock. And I might get there by 7 because of only being able to walk about a mile an hour. So another night where I arrive at camp and I probably won't be able to sleep despite having Benadryl and marijuana gummies. I don't know if I can keep doing this. This is too hard for me. I'm not like these young people. I'm weak. I'm slow. There's the next one. Not close up. I mean, that is the next one, but way up there on the horizon. And that won't even be the top. I'd like to think that's the top, but I think maybe over there. Is that the Grand Tetons? So there's a creek in about 2 miles that I was aiming for, but it's only 22, would make for a 22-mile day. which is disappointing. So I looked at the total mile to the turn off to Lima, and it's 64 miles. So I guess maybe a 22-mile day is okay with the amount of food I have and stuff. So I'll see what it's like when I get there. After that, though, it didn't sound like there were, I mean, there's another big giant climb, so I don't know. I'll see what it's like when I get there. So, a solid 12 hours of hiking, and I got about 22 miles. A lot of 1 mile an hour, a lot of no trail, trying to find markers, like, where's the marker? So, I think there's 64 miles to get to Lima, so I think I'll be all right with a short day like this. So I think I figured out the shortcut that cuts 5 miles off. It looks like it does have a steep climb back to the trail. And if I look at the elevation profile of the trail, that's 5 miles longer. It has very gentle terrain. So because these steep climbs have me going like 1 mile an hour, I think I will skip the shortcut and just stick to the CDT, the official route. Well, I'm about to do a big gigantic climb. Not looking forward to this, I'm so sore. So the climb so far has been very mild. I'm very grateful. Maybe today can be kind of a healing day. I don't want to speak too soon though, but it would be nice to have a healing day. Look at the great folds, big geological folds in that mountain there. Very cool. Okay, so the climb had switchbacks. It wasn't that bad. And then, instead of like going up there or there, well, actually, I don't know, maybe it does go up there or there. It looks like it's just going right through that little notch. So, yay. Maybe it'll be a healing day after all. So it's 14 miles to the next water, not counting the Dead Man Lake coming up here in a bit. And there's 2 hills on the way. but they don't look like the kind of hills we had yesterday, I hope. Anyway, the thing is that if I can get there to the next water, that would be a 30-mile day for me. So I put kind of a living on the edge, just about enough to get me there, and enough if I can't get there, I can camp overnight and get there in the morning and maybe eat my breakfast or something. It's so horrible being so weak. So I don't know, what is this, like 6 or 7 pounds of water? It feels really heavy. So there's a thunderstorm coming. It's a really hot day though, so maybe it'll feel good. The weather has changed. This is not weather I can set up a tarp in. I may have to walk all night long until I get to some trees. Oh my God. Every day there's something horrible. Every day. Well, I didn't get my 30-mile day in because the weather turned really bad and it was completely exposed for I don't know how long. I couldn't see how far we would go. So hopefully this will hold. These rocks, even though they're giant, don't weigh very much. Well, this would have been 30 miles if I'd gotten here yesterday. Hey, and look at the good water coming out of the pipe. Don't need any water though, so I'm gonna keep going. Well, the last one of these that I took a picture of, it was slippery and I fell in the water, so I'm scared of these now. I'm gonna walk very slow. This is called Red Conglomerate Overlook. This whole climb has been completely pointless. So now I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go climb up to there. And what for? There's nothing here except this stupid fence. So I walked up that ridge there, or one of those ridges. And now I've come along this and following the Idaho-Montana state line. And it goes up to there. And I'm just gonna end up going down the other side. I could have just, I was way down there. I could have just stayed down there. There is nothing to see up here except, a million mountains. It's ridiculous. This has been my whole day since about 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, it said I was 5 miles from a spring that has no camping. It's now 6 o'clock and I haven't yet gotten to the spring. There's no way the other hikers did all this shit. There's practically no trail. There's practically no footprints on the trail. Everybody cheats. And this sucks. I don't like this trail. This is not hiking. This is just social trails following a stupid fucking fence. I think I'm gonna quit. I'm not having any fun. I have no friends. This isn't a hike. This is a sufferfest. Look, there's a hiker there who went down to the spring. That's the closest I've come to another hiker in a long time. And look, you gotta go all the way back up. Oh my God. Thank God there's water. So I looked at the map and it's all just ridge walking for the next 5 more miles. That means nowhere reasonable to camp. And it looks like, well, for one thing, I think I could camp right there. Everybody says there's no camping here. But over there, there's trees. and maybe I could camp in there. So I think that's good enough for the day. It's 6 o'clock. Let me see how many miles I did. So I found this spot. I sort of kicked away the cow poops and tried to flatten it a little bit. Hopefully this will work. This foot doesn't look very good. My socks smell like a dead animal. This foot looks better. Looks normal. This one's all masticated. Back to the puds. I'm not sure, but I think that is the last hill and that the shortcut is after that. It looks so much shallower. It's literally straight up. No, I think I'm wrong. I think I gotta go up one more. And probably after that, one more. Okay, I'm leaving the CDT. The CDT goes over all those bumps. Fuck that! I gotta go along this ridge. It's probably gonna be a killer descent, but here I go. Oh, to get to the shortcut, I have to go up this hill. Instead of climbing up that shit, I'm gonna do a traverse. I think I can get there without getting tangled in sage. Looks like, oh, here's a little trail. Looks like others have done the same. Cool. Ah, the shortcut's a real trail, so I won't get lost. Look at all of that annoying ridge walking that I get to avoid. So I've been stung or bitten 3 times while walking on this road. I usually get stung or bitten about 2 or 3 times a day, usually on the back of my knees, in the same places over and over again. And so what I've been doing is, it's hard to show. Tony gave me this big bandana, and I've been hanging it off the front of my shorts so that when I'm walking into the sun like I am right now, I'm not so fried by the sun. And then I think I'm hoping Lima has bandanas for sale, and if it's a big one, I can maybe hang it off the back of my pants and keep the bugs from stinging and biting on the backs of my knees. And then if they're small, maybe I can make something I can just tie around my knees. I sent the pant legs home because they tore in a bob. It's always something. So I don't get far out. I don't get what's going on with my GPS. There were a number of times when I would have to stand there for 10 minutes for the GPS to not place me like 50 miles away. And last night, the GPS placed me and told me I had 9 miles to go to get to the underpass to Lima. And I've been walking for 6 hours now, and I've gone 9 miles. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm nowhere near the underpass. So I don't know. It's not very accurate anymore. There's something about this area. It's like the Bermuda Triangle. I don't know. But it wasn't 9 miles. It's more like 15 or 20. So I'll get there tonight, I guess. 2.8 miles, almost 3 miles to the interstate. So should be there in about 3 hours. Those northbounders lied to me. They said once you get to the frontage road, there's trees and shade. Do you see a tree? I don't see any trees. I think I made it. I think that's an underpass, although it looks more like a culvert. Oh my God. So there's a shuttle guy who comes, next time he comes is 5:30. I think it's like 2 now or something. I'm so thirsty, I'm so crampy. There's a hiker. I'm not alone. Okay, on the left is my food bag. On the right is his whole backpack for the next section. My food bag is bigger and weighs more, and he's got food in there. I don't get it.